everybody, and welcome to the Everyday Woman podcast. My name is Nyahangalea, and I will be your host. The thought behind the Everyday Woman podcast came about when I had significant life struggles, and in the midst of all of this, I realized that my biggest support and the people who helped me the most through these were fellow women, because it's something that they had all been through. So there are things we go through in life that in hindsight or thinking back, we'll be like, man, this will never happen to me. But it never happens to you until it does. So I got a lot of guidance, a lot of breakthrough, a lot of support, a lot of knowledge from other women. And God placed it on my heart that just as you needed other women, there are women out there who will need to hear more, who would need to understand that someone else has been there. So the Everyday Woman podcast is everyday women living life. We're going to have guests on here who've been through what you've been through, who are going through it, because we're, like I said, we're living life. We're figuring it out as we go. None of us have been here before, as far as I know, so we are figuring it out as we go, and we hope to do it the best way we can. So if we can just get a tribe of women and let's figure this out, then that's what we're gonna do. We can realize that this is our life. We have a choice in the life we create. We have a choice in the joy we get. We have a choice. It's not in the hands of anybody else. As much as we can do, we will do to make this an enjoyable journey, because just being here is a blessing. We're going to talk about a lot of things. Mental health. We're going to talk about tips on a healthy mind, tips on physical exercise, tips on diet, nutrition, healthcare, race, fun stuff too. It's not gonna be all, the namaste and zen and, we're gonna be like crying. We're gonna be like, oh my gosh, laughing. We're going to be like, oops. We're going to have oops moments. We're going to talk about our oops moments because this is life. So we're going to talk about dating. Ooh. Listen, I am matchmaker extraordinaire. Let me just say that. Okay, let me just put that out there. So I think that I'm an amazing matchmaker. So I do have dating tips. I don't have it figured out now. Part of my dating tips include all the hiccups that I went through when I started dating. So I was married for about 10 years. And then I got divorced. Can you imagine? I did get married pretty young. I got divorced and I decided to step into the dating world. But let me tell you, it's good now. It's good now. It's good now, This is my wedding and engagement ring. It's good now. It's great now. The dating part, it's a different jungle out there. I made it through, so you can make it through too. That's if you want to be booed up, because there are people who do not want to be booed up. So there are people who are happily single and thriving, and kudos to you. There are people who are like, been there, done that. I ain't doing it again. Kudos to you too. Whatever makes you happy, go for it. Whatever brings you joy and bliss, go for it. Whatever makes your heart sing, go for it. The goal here is to live our best lives, as much as is within our power. Because there are things that the good Lord will allow. I'm not saying he'll give it to you. There are things that the good Lord will allow. Once you get through on the other side, you're like, whoo! Oh. And then you start a podcast, the Everyday Woman podcast, because you're like, listen, if I made it through, then I need to help somebody else make it through as much as I can. I can't do it by myself, and that's why we got Everyday Women, because I wouldn't have been able to have been through it all. I wouldn't be here. You know, there's no way I could have been through it all. So we're going to deal with loss. We're going to deal with love. We're going to deal with life. We're going to deal with changes. We're going to deal with bravery. We're going to deal with women who were like, forget it, I'm going after this. We're going to talk about it all on the Everyday Woman podcast. Hey. Here's the other thing, though. This podcast is not just for women. Our podcast is for anybody. Male, female, woman, man. If you are a man and you love you some woman, this is for you. If you are a partner who's like, man, I wish I could figure out what could make this woman tick, listen to us. I'll be telling some of my stories. Women are dope. When I tell you, listen to me. Even if I wasn't a woman, I told my son that even if I wasn't a woman, I would want to be a woman. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how amazing women are. And I love the men who realize how amazing women are. And I love women who realize how amazing we are. I am appreciative. I am thankful to God for the woman. I am thankful to God that I am a woman. On that note, welcome to this community. I hope you're here to stay. It's gonna be worth it. You're going to love it. Wink, wink.